What do you want people to take from the experience?
Just to know that it's kind of real, you know what I mean? And it's honest.
Is there anything that's kind of like going on, or?
Nah, not really. It's kind of, hopefully we don't fuck up.
These are not the days for limos. Those days are over. I always felt kind of funny. It's not rock and roll.
So Seymour Stein, South by Southwest, 2008. What keeps it fresh for you? What keeps it new?
Well, I think that just about every band I've signed, with a couple of exceptions, all came to Sire to make their first records, whether it was Madonna or from England, Depeche Mode and The Cure and the Smiths, Talking Heads and the Ramones and so many other bands. We've always put out new music by new bands for the first time.
The entire downtown is just music venues, so I mean, it's a good place, and it's nice weather, so it's a good place for a festival. But this is like an industry festival, you know, just goof talk. And basically it's a bunch of people get together to blog about stuff and then figure out who's gonna book you and all this stuff.
Would you say your main purpose is, you know, you are on the prowl, you are looking for new artists to work with? Or?
All the time. And, you know, there's a lot of good unsigned ones around.
I mean, we're way into it. We wish we could come here and not even play, just... Network.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about the fast food convention. We're here for the fast food convention now.
Yeah.
Anything that brings that many people together to see bands and to be exposed to new music, I think it's important.
Shows that go by really quick are the best because you're like, wow, that. But there's some that feel like they're 2 hours long because, you know, you're fucking up everything or like nothing sounds right, and those ones you're just like end. But the ones that go by quick, you're like, oh, I wish that lasted longer. You always like when someone says we're like an earnest or genuine band.
Yeah, or sincere or something, and that's the biggest compliment I think any band can get. Because the worst thing you can get is like pretentious or totally contrived or something.
And you say Dylan is a sentiment that you don't want to share, and you say you live back in anger, and it rose to me, you stare, and you say I am not the one who put the bullet to the gun and made a flare. And you say Dylan is a sentiment to you, you don't want to share.
Obama or Clinton?
No,
Obama.
Spears. And I want people to leave Britney alone.
Have you seen all of these like dollar bills that've got like her face on it saying Britney for president and stuff?
Well, obviously.
She don't have any money.
Not that hard to do.
We're recording 2 versions of the album, and the second one's with alternative lyrics.
Ah, really? What inspired that idea?
I think it was the Porn Name Game.
Like Broke Crack Mountain?
Yeah. Honey, we uploaded the kids.
That'd be quite upsetting, wouldn't it, if that was the record that went to '1 and the other one's like 17?
I'd be so happy with that. I feel like I really made my mark.
That puts the blood into your skin and keeps it there.
Yeah.
And you say Dylan is a sentiment that no one else will ever understand.
What's the craziest thing that you've actually seen?
I've seen his new piercing.
I almost got converted to the church the other day.
It's gonna happen. We're in Texas. We're all ready.
Only just a man.
Please welcome Steve Wright and Kirsten Moore.
I imagine everybody here sort of has some idea of Steve's history as one of the most distinguished composers in America, if not the world, of certainly the 20th century and obviously this century we're in now. He was born in New York. When?
36.
Different Trains was hailed by the New York Times as a work of such astonishing originality that breakthrough seems the only possible description, possesses an absolutely harrowing emotional impact. In 1990, Mr. Reich received the Grammy Award for Best Contemporary Composition for Different Trains. In 99, you won a second Grammy. Steve lived in the same apartment building as Lee Ronaldo. You moved out a couple of years ago? I think after you moved out, Lee said that you had left some of your early gamelan pieces in the basement.
No, I left four piece electric organs in the basement.
Oh, that's what they were. Those organs, were they the ones that are on the record cover of the four organs?
Yeah, they were the original four organs.
The life I live is somebody built me. My killing won't stop. It's a pure my becoming. Dead, alive. Who's not the answer to who decides? Don't try to sue your money. Don't try to sue your rep. Don't try to make you hate. Don't try to sue your play. Don't try to sue your money. Don't try to sue your rep. Don't try to make you hate. If it comes to your life, ego.
The more relaxed they are, the better. It's not really a contest.
This is my third South by.
Good, excellent. What keeps you coming back? What's about it?
Oh, the extreme amount of fun. It's like, oh, I would like to play this festival where people want to have a good time and eat tacos and get a bunch of free booze and see every band you've ever wanted to see in your entire life.
You're my type of crowd. The crowd that likes all the shit I do. What's up? Is anyone blogging about this show right now as we speak? You're live blogging the show, I like that.
What's it like performing for you? You know, the adrenaline pumping beforehand or during, or is it something that's very natural? It's a comfortable space for you?
Yeah, it's another side of my personality. I mean, it's become really comfortable for me recently, like in the past couple of years. Because when I first started, I didn't really think about the performance aspect at all. Like I was just
what did you think of the back then?
Like I hadn't really seen tons of shows because I was so young. I didn't really even think about a show, go see this person play. Like I just made the record and I just wanted to make music, and I was like, I just wanted to be like Jan Deck or something.
Opposite of West, we know the gutter baby is the easy way out. When it's on your side, if you go down south, over there it's okay to have gold in your mouth. Sold you a house, now it's a work score. We don't say sales on the oldest term floor. We got blocks so you know it hurts more. You're on a lease if you're major label. I made a deal today. We're selling real estate. I made a deal today. We're selling real estate.
We've seen a lot of weird stuff. A lot of drunk people. A lot of gutter punks.
Yeah, a lot of awful buskers. Terrible.
It's bad standard, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a certain specific acid that I think you drop and you think that you can go on the street and busk and not be fucking completely annoying.
Gonna make this Gibson. I've been doing this stuff since I was 4 years old, so it's a natural gift. The first thing I ever made, how you doing? First thing I ever made was a giraffe, make it a little bit more smooth on the side. The smallest thing I ever made was a scorpion, no bigger than a dime. I enjoy doing it. Let's see. If I had better foil, better material, I would definitely, anyways.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I buy it off you?
If you choose to, I mean, thank you. Appreciate it.
Music is not a luxury. It's not whimsical. Music is a necessity. It's been around from the dawn of creation. It will always be around. There's no way around it, thank God.
You got so much to live for. You got so much to live for. But sister, it's the opposite of hallelujah. It's the opposite of being you. You don't know 'cause it just passes right through you. You don't know what I'm going through.
I've
been very interested in comedy, and I've always liked that kind of storytelling and dialogue in songs. I definitely like when the characters in the songs come alive. Making the reverse zipper cross my lips, opening for conversation, signaling the international sign-off. Reckless contemplation, shrugging her shoulders and lifting up her hand that had rested on her thigh. Her middle finger extended until its simple message could not be denied. I turned 17 and I swore to never speak a word again. If you tell a story, usually you do have some kind of humor if you would tell in real life. But when it comes to the end of the song, when I always come to that last line, there's always that feeling like if I don't wrap this up with a dignity and a little tear in the eye, then the joke will be on the characters in the song. And I can't really take that. I need to tell, that this is actually a very sincere and honest feeling that I had from the beginning. It was a strange time in my life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get free, I'm gonna get free, I'm gonna get free. Right into the sun. She never loved me, she never loved me, she never loved me. Why should anyone come in, come in, come in? I'll take your photo for you. Come in, come in, come in. Drive you around the corner. Come in, come in, come in. You know you really oughta. Come in, come in, come in. Move out of California.
Nice sound there. Wait, they're really...
That's the sound of South by Southwest I remember from last year, is that they put all of the garbage outdoors, so it's just you're permanently getting fucked in the ear hole.
Yeah. What do you think the difference is between you as a band last year that were, new, sort of like trying to introduce yourselves as to the band that's now here right now?
We had no record.
Yeah.
And we'd never really been on a proper tour. So I think now we're a lot tighter and
more bitter,
more jaded.
Working out all kinds of complex interrelations between the members of the band.
It's not going
smoothly.
Well, they're dating and we're dating, but we used to date.
Yeah. Right.
And then
I just want to date myself. So.
a little.
Yeah, I like taking myself every night. Yeah, it's great.
Trying to, I guess, entertain. When we're making the record, we're also trying to further an art form, I guess, of pop music and experiment, and that's also what we're trying to do live. But it's also, we are trying to put on a good show, and there's no specific message we're trying to get across.
Caught up in the emotion, the wind in your hair, the tears in your eyes, you're dancing, your feet dancing, shoes, and on, I love it.
We want to knock people's socks off.
Yeah, socks and shoes.
But it is about God.
Yeah, good.
First record.
Oh, God, go on.
So you like music?
This guy's looking after your records.
Shut up! Shut up! Go home!
All of the artists that perform in Austin for South by Southwest are imbibed with a spirit that this is a big shot for them. This is a big chance for them to outdo themselves and to give their best to an audience that want to discover new music and to an industry, let's be honest, that are fucking fickle and that need education and need people, unfortunately, to be crowded in 1 week where they're united in trying to find something that's hot and new. Great, and you get
I just want to say,
I want to say, yo, man, it's fucking great to be here. Oh my God, it's
This is unbelievable. I'm having a great time.
Did you know that God loves you, Zane?
I hope so.
Well, you're in Texas.
Yeah, exactly.
Home of the mega church, baby.
And what are you up to now?
Nothing, hanging out. Looking for friendly faces. Found one.
Oh, thank you very much. It's good to see you.
You too.
What artists have stood out for you so far?
Artists? There are artists here? I think they're just whores and pimps.
Do you feel like you're kind of like the anti-band in terms of like the cliche images? So many bands want to go out there being cool. They go out there with the haircuts.
You
all
think
that.
we're cool? What the hell?
One thing I'll say about Ungdomskullen is that it's one of the most uncategorizable bands that I've heard for a long time, which I think is a really, really good thing. Was it one thing when you were setting out trying to create a new sound, or was it something that was, you know...
Just came to us, you know. It's not something that we did like intentionally. We just aimed for the best, and the best is what we got, you know. We're in a deep trance. It's like the music just pulls us down in a downward spiral, although it pulls us down to good stuff.
So how do you know when it's a good show? Do you ever know?
We know when it's over.
Hey, Fred, dude, what's going on?
Coming out onto the street to discover something new, what would you want to hope to see?
Just like you, the most exciting thing.
Emmy the Great, huh? Yeah, she's...
People who look like they mean it. It just looks natural and it sounds natural and the chemistry's there.
She's young, but... Slipknot? I've heard those guys do some crazy shit.
Fred, dude, what's going on?
Oh man, it's been good. You know, I saw Dodos like everybody else, and that was good. I like that. And saw a bit of Ruby Sons and Guilty Pleasure. Like I went and saw Vampire Weekend.
I see a massive roof through the trees. I see a salty message written in the eaves. The ground beneath my feet, the garbage and concrete, and now the tops of buildings, I can see them too. I see a message roof through the trees. I see a salty message written in the eaves. The ground beneath my feet, the garbage and concrete, and now the tops of buildings, I can see them too.
If you think of rock music as its intention is presumably irreverent, then what's it doing being sponsored by all these corporations?
You walk up the stairs, see the French kid by the door. Take one more flight, see the boot on the second floor. Coronation rickshaw grab. So go, I know you would not say it wasn't true, but anyway, racist dreams you should not have.
I think I want people to feel happy when they see us, for there to be an element of joy. I remember once, one of our early MySpace friends, I was looking at their page,
and they were having this back and forth between someone else. And I looked at the guy's page, and he had this kind of like 5-part experimental noise opera or something. And they were freely writing back and forth about what they thought about each other's music. I guess they were friends. And they wrote to him like, I felt like that first movement was honestly like a little boring. I think you could maybe do some things with it to, you know, make it more exciting. And then the guy wrote back like, clearly you don't understand that this is about pain and frustration, and the listener's supposed to feel pain and frustration. I couldn't buy into it with that guy. I got the impression he just wasn't trying very hard. I think there's a way you could express pain and frustration without actually inducing it in the listener. You know, lately we've gotten a few emails from people saying like, thanks for making this album, you've helped me through a hard time with it. None of our songs say anything in the words or in the music that says directly to you,
go to therapy.
It's not, but the fact that someone could feel that way, maybe even just because of the chords or the rhythm or something, that's what's nice about music, I think.
In the afternoon, you're out on the stone and grass, and I'm sleeping on the balcony after class.
Was that free hug, is it?
In the afternoon, you're out on the stone and grass.
If anyone watching has ever had any compulsion to do something that they believe in, they know that there's some struggle involved, and that strive not only helps to find what you're doing, but to get beyond that stage where you can live, inspire people, be an important artist for our time. You just have to do it.
Thank you.